give a shout out to Segura Studios LLC. You have T-shirts? You want to put stuff on your T-shirts? On the front and the back? Different colors? Something that has to do with your job?
Can they put a rooster on your shirt?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what they did on ours, right?
Yeah.
If you want stuff on your T-shirts or, I don't know, hats, I think he does hats too. Well, call up Segura Studios LLC. He's very reasonable. He works out of his home, and he brings you your T-shirts within matters of 7 to 10 days. A quick turnaround, and he's very reasonable. So, I don't know if you can tell, but it's no longer T.I. It's somebody else who took over his spot. The massive, the great one, the king-size Keaton himself. Keaton Chapman. Everybody welcome Keaton Chapman.
That's more of a boo, not a clap. What's going on there, buddy?
Where is my... I should have been ready for this. Sorry. That was going to be a whole...
Do we have like crickets chirping?
Oh, there we go. So we'll edit it right to there. All right, welcome Keaton Chapman. How you feeling, brother?
Doing good. First time on the podcast. Just can't wait to get it going.
Huge fan? Are you a huge fan of our show?
Yeah, I mean, I recommend it to a few people here and there, some people at my work. So,
Have you subscribed?
yes, I have.
All right. He was one of 63.
Yes.
I'd put him in the mid-40s.
All right, okay. So, Keaton, the reason why we have you here, my friend, because you were a senior, you just graduated. And I understand that there was quite a few colleges that were reaching out to you. You were reaching out to them. You were showing them their videos. You played football in high school. How was that? How was football in high school? When did you start playing football?
Well, I started obviously from a young age, just playing down in Texas. Then my dad, his job sent him up here in Missouri, and I had a brief period where I didn't play any football whatsoever. Then it was about in the 8th grade I started picking it back up again over at Pleasantly Middle School. That was a point where I kind of fell out of football, like I didn't care for it much. But I think the main thing that got me back into playing it was like I went to a autograph signing for Travis Kelce one day, and I just he pulled me aside, just kind of talked to me, just saying like I really wasn't into football either. It wasn't until high school that I truly started taking it serious. So that just kind of sparked something in me, just like you have this guy who's a incredible talent, Hall of Fame level NFL player, and then he's just telling me all this stuff, and it was like I kind of want to aspire to be that now.
So Travis Kelce himself, it inspired you to keep it going.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just when you have someone who's been through the grit and grind, he actually got suspended from his own college team, but his coach gave him a second chance, and he wasn't going to waste this to make a name for himself.
So what you're telling me here is that I should pay close attention to the Travis Kelce jersey I have on my wall over there. Make sure you're not walking out with that sucker, huh?
I was going to say why it doesn't talk to you. Oh, Travis Kelce. Yeah. Please. All right. So, okay. So, how tall are you and how much do you weigh?
6'6", 290.
So you sprouted pretty young.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay. So what's your positions that you played?
I mainly play on the offensive line, offensive tackle. I started there for majority of my senior season. Then in the last half, injuries kind of plagued us a bit. So the defensive line coach is like, I've been wanting you since the summer. You're playing for me for the rest of the season. And so that's just where they had me.
So I bought you a massager for Christmas. Are you using that?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I completely forget that I even have that.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, how are we related, you and I?
This man right here, he's my godfather.
Yeah.
That's why he's hoping for the NFL career to happen.
Yeah. So when you go to the NFL, don't forget the little folks like me. All right, so let's fast forward a little bit. So you're going through high school. You went back to
Lee Summit High.
playing football. Don't let me censor you again. So then you started getting pretty good. Now your dad helped you out quite a bit, right? What all did he do, and how much credit would you give to your parents?
I'd give a solid amount of credit, mainly just because he deals with all the paperwork and stuff on the computer that I have no idea what I'm doing, so I just leave that all to him. He helped me put together some of my highlight film that I sent out to the colleges, and just overall just someone that I can talk to, someone who's always there to push me past that extra mile that I really need, because I had this one point during the season where I almost broke down, and he was just there, just like, hey, just keep with it. You're going to get your chance here pretty soon.
Oh, that's nice. Hey, Joe Hooters, you mind? We'll have a Ken hop in your spot if you don't mind. That's nice. That's a special moment. All right, so you're not grounded anymore, Ken, but don't get used to this because I think this is a special moment. So we wanted to highlight okay, so we finally know somebody that started from the bottom, went all the way to the top, and here he is. He's being recruited, and then his dad helped him out a lot. Mom helped him out a lot. I mean, you took him to a lot of places. Say a little bit more about, all these road trips you guys used to take.
Okay, so first of all, like, the film speaks for itself. So a lot of the stuff that's on the field, he obviously is 6'6". He at his playing weight when he was on playing football, he weighed 305 when they moved him to the defensive side of the line. So he wasn't getting moved around. So the film spoke for itself. The only thing I did is, like he said, the technical stuff. Everybody who's into the recruiting or sports in general know about Huddle. It's a place where you can put your film, game clips, things like that, and you basically send those out. Keaton was talking about this earlier, that you use Twitter nowadays. Everything's social media. So you use Twitter, you use Facebook, you just put your film out there, and you send them to particular colleges you want recruited to. So he got recruited, early on from Morningside University, which is who he's committed to, but he had visits to, Ottawa University here in Kansas, Peru State. He talked to UCM. He talked to Benedictine. He had a visit at Benedictine. He had a couple of visits, different places. But, like I said, I can't take credit for what he did on the football field. I can take credit for helping put together the film and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And sending it out, because he didn't understand that aspect. He has to market himself, and that's what you got to do when you're getting recruited.
So all this filming, everything's just been happening for the last few years. So let's fast forward. Now that you graduated, you had a lot of folks coming to you, a lot of different colleges. You reached out to them too. You sent, you took your little road trips. Now tell me, what were your top 2 spots that you decided to look at, and then you narrowed it down to which one?
So a few of my spots is like Ottawa was definitely on there. Mainly it's just because they had a solid culture around them. It's pretty close to home, like within an hour drive. And there was the place that I committed to, Morningside. It's the one thing that drew me to Morningside is just because they're a winning culture, 3-time NAIA national champions in the past 4 seasons, and just even the coaching staff too. It's just they kind of showed me that it's a welcoming culture, just a place that I can call home for the next 4 years.
Good. So, all right, it's almost time. Fall is around the corner, man. So I guess you and your dad already went up there to enroll. You're good to go. How does it feel? How is it going to feel? And I'll get back with you, Dad. Mm-hmm. When it's about time to take that road trip, and then you're done. Now you're going to be living in a dorm. You're going to be practicing your ass off. Your dad's not going to be there by your side, but you can call him up whenever you want to get you through those tough times. How are you feeling?
I mean, it's a whole amount of mixed emotions. Like, there's the excitement, like, yeah, I'm going to be playing the sport I love and at the higher level. And there's the other side, like, I'm going to be quite a ways away from home. Just, it's the adjustment period that's going to be there, about a couple weeks in, just trying to get used to everything. But I feel like after a while, when I have all the upperclassmen and some of the coaches and just the teaching staff there for me if I ever need any help.
So what do you actually have to pay for? Are you going to get a job up there? What's all paid for?
So pretty much everything except for my meal plan is going to be coming out of pockets. But
So this is more my, this is more the stuff that I
Okay.
stepped in for.
Go ahead.
So roundabout numbers, the yearly cost at Morningside was $49,000 a year. He got about $39,000 of that paid for. So it didn't cover his meal plan, didn't cover student fees, and didn't cover books and whatnot like that. So he's looking at about, I think we ended up figuring out like $10,000 a year.
I'll be honest with you. Looking at your size, I do not want to pay for your meal plan, man.
This is one thing I think I'm actually getting away with because I've fed this kid for years and years, and my Sam's Club bill on a weekly basis is $300 plus.
And that's just him.
That's protein shakes, food, everything like that. So I think I'm getting off light on that end. But with he got the scholarship for the most part, so we took out a private student loan for him to cover the other part, and mom and dad are stepping in and filling in everything else that needs to be taken care of. So
Good. And see, the reason why we wanted to cover this, we wanted to cover like high school
That ain't mine.
recruiting. We wanted to cover, is that yours? Just what it feels like, what it is like behind the scenes. With as far as the parents go,
Yeah.
as far as the the athletes go, and it's not all about Division I, Division II. I mean, but he's going to get a great education, and so when it comes down to it, Ken, you drop him off. I know how Jackie's going to be. How are you
Yep.
feeling about it, bro?
I'm excited. I mean, honestly, this kid has been probably my best friend over the past year or two because, he looks like he's 30, but he's still 18 years old. We go do everything together. I mean, we talk sports, we live sports. I try to coach him up and give him the best, mental advice that I can give him. So, I'm excited to see him. I'm excited to see him and watch him play at the next level. Yeah, there's going to be a huge adjustment. I have that body because we're one and the same person. We'll
Right.
sit around all day, watch Family Guy,
Right.
Watch Rick and Morty, but then at the same time, we're watching NBA games, we're watching NFL games, we're talking, tactics and strategies behind all
Yeah.
that stuff. So
And now you're not going to have that.
I have another project now. So I have, Kenny J in the wings. So I told him, I was like, once Keaton's out of the house, I was like, you're in my next project. So we'll see how that one goes.
You're my second favorite. I don't know where that came from. So I just want to say, and I'm sure the boys in the background there, the Ad Asher boys, I just want to say personally, I am proud of you, Keaton. You come a long way, and you're my boy, and I know you're going to do great things out there, man. So
Absolutely.
You want to say anything else?
No, I concur with everything you just said. Like, there's no words that I can say how proud of him. The one thing I've always told Keaton, and he can tell you this, is the one thing I've always told Keaton, and he knows this, is like, if you're doing better than me, you're living a good life. And so he's taking that to heart, honestly.
Yeah.
And so, he graduated. He was on the honor roll. He got his scholarships to college. He's playing college football. So from where he was when he was 18 to where I was at 18, he's living exactly what I'm telling him to do, and he's well on his way.
Yeah, and when you get up there, you wear that Jimmy extra tight. Do you have anything else to say there, Keaton?
all I gotta say is living with my roommate, because I'm obviously a big guy myself. I mentioned I'm 6'6". The guy I'm rooming with 6'8" in the same dorm room.
And they're expecting him to live on bunk beds, which is, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure
Who's
out.
going to be on top?
That's another story. I cannot imagine watching these two guys walking down an alleyway, and I'm gonna be like, oh, fuck.
Definitely the biggest dorm room there. You know what I mean?
All right, Keaton, my friend. Good luck to you. And I guess you're going to still stick around. So if you have any other 2 cents, 2 yens, like your daddy.
He definitely has some NBA insight.
All right, all right. We'll be looking forward to that. All right, there he goes. There's our boy, Keaton Chapman. Keaton, king size Chapman. All right, and fucking pat my head before you go.
Pat my head.
Yay! Thank you. All right.